Well, Flamingo didn't spear this kid. Drop a like to this video if you're a fan of Flamingo. Hey there everyone, what's up? And welcome back to another video on our channel. It's been the case for many years that whenever things get too tough for players inside a video game, they explosively release their emotions. The same is the case for players enjoying Roblox. One gamer in particular has become famous for his freakouts, and that is Flamingo. This list describes times when he has gone ballistic on some Roblox players. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out. Alright, let's check it out. Number 5. Freaking out at the beginning. Flamingo is always trying out various maps on his YouTube channel. About 2 years ago, he played one that was unknown to him, named Part.exe. As unusual as the name was, the game was even weirder. One would think, given the name was so weird, that it was made by a new developer. But that wasn't the case. This game was made by a developer who had already been involved in many other Roblox games. Initially, Flamingo was headed into the game with an open mind, and he was excited about the possibilities. But all that soon changed. As soon as he had spent a bit more time playing the game, he came to a realization that it was as scary as hell. He had already started freaking out about the game, and he hadn't even properly started it yet. Number 4. Happy Oof Day 1. When he started playing the game, he first encountered a large yellow building. He was there along with some other players. When he walked through the building, he was shocked by seeing several ominous doors along the walls of the structure. The building was so spooky that it even included a maze. As he started to mess around with certain objects, various things began to happen. One of these instances included a creepy figure just emerging into the room, seemingly from the thin air. Another moment that freaked him out was when he climbed some stairs. He saw an empty chair. As soon as he approached the chair, a mystical figure appeared in it. The figure was so haunting that it had its lungs outside of its body. It was dripping in blood and was saying to the players that it was going to eat their lungs. After taking some time to adapt to the horror in the game, Flamingo realized that the objective of the game was to make his way out of the building, alive. He had to do so with a character named Oof Day chasing him. He wasn't aware of what that character was, but he did know that that was the villain. Number 3. Facing Oof Day. After some attempts, he finally made his way out of the building. To his immense surprise, the game wasn't over yet. He was instead transported to a giant steel tank in which he found the character Oof Day. After some investigating, he found that Oof Day was stuck in the tank because his spirit had been sucked out of his body. Meanwhile, his body had been left to rot in the tank. The main objective of this part of the game was to make an explosion in the tank. This would end up permanently killing Oof Day and also help in facilitating Flamingo's escape from that room. Number 2. Oof Day Avenged. Even though Flamingo had been pretty freaked out at all the things that he had faced in the game, he moved on to the next part of the game. In this part, the story was based on how Oof Day was avenged. When Flamingo was transported into the game, he was standing on an empty land with a harsh wind blowing on his face. The background of the scene was completely white, so he had no idea where he was. When he turned around, he saw a white figure standing near him. When he looked at it, it started to stare back at him. This immensely scared Flamingo. According to the game, the white figure wanted to average Oof Day by wiping and humanity with a hurricane. This figure was called Ooftron. This was by far the scariest thing that Flamingo had encountered in this game. Number 1. Giving up. After a few tries at beating Ooftron, he was unable to beat him. In the end, Flamingo gave up and exited the game. He was so frustrated at his lack of winning that he told his audience on YouTube that the game was horrible. He even went so far as to give the game a poor rating. His abhorrence for the game was so intense that he outright told his audience that he hated the game. This wasn't anything new to his audience, as most players end up doing the same when they don't wind up winning something. Overall, this was a really fun game that Flamingo played for the entertainment of his fans. These were just a few moments that show Flamingo freaking out over a game. Many of the players who play such games on their channels react in the same way. They do this because they feel a sense of entitlement, and when their supposed right is stripped from them, they can do nothing other than complain about it. And this brings us to the end of our video, and we hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then let us know by liking the video. Stick around for more amazing content, as we'll be seeing you soon.